Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here today. I want to tell you something real, something your textbooks and teachers never truly explain to you. If you've been learning English for months or even years, but still freeze, stumble, or panic when speaking, let me assure you, it's not your fault. You are not broken, you are not slow, and you are not hopeless. You were simply never shown how real conversations actually sound in English. Instead, you were handed grammar rules, endless vocabulary lists, and maybe pronunciation drills, but none prepared you for the rhythm of real voices. When you watch interviews, podcasts, or movies, you quickly feel lost. People speak fast, cut words short, connect sounds, and use phrases you never studied. They say, gonna, wanna, lemme, yeah, instead of formal expressions. Suddenly you feel like everything you memorize doesn't match the world outside your book. That confusion ends here. Today, I will teach you step by step how people really talk when they use English daily, not the English of exams, the English of streets, coffee shops, workplaces, and friendships. The kind of English that flows naturally, the kind you hear in laughter, in arguments, in stories. By the end of this lesson, you will discover patterns, truths, and shortcuts that allow you to finally speak English like people truly speak it. This video is for you if you can understand English but struggle to respond fluently. If you translate every thought, if your sentences sound unnatural, maybe you speak clearly, but people tell you something feels robotic. You want to sound natural, faster, confident. If that's you, this video is your turning point. And if you stay until the end, I promise your entire perspective on speaking English will change for the rest of your life. So don't skip, don't rush, don't leave early. Grab a notebook, sit back, and let's build fluency together. Subscribe now if you're serious, because here, English becomes real, honest, and powerful. Let's begin with part 1, why you don't sound natural in English despite years of practice. Be honest with yourself. You want to sound like native speakers, right? Yet when you try, something feels wrong. Your sentences feel slow, stiff, and heavy. You struggle to keep up when someone replies quickly. You think too much before each word. And deep down, you know fluency isn't just grammar knowledge. Here's the truth. The problem isn't your brain. It's the system you followed. You studied English as a subject, not as a living, breathing language. You memorized rules, but never learned rhythm. You copied exercises, but never practiced real exchanges. That's why speaking feels artificial and exhausting for you. Now let me reveal 5 brutal truths about why your English doesn't sound natural. These are things most teachers avoid telling their students directly. First, you think in your native language, then translate. Every time you speak, you construct a sentence in your language, then convert it into English. That mental translation creates hesitation, confusion, and delay. Native speakers don't translate. They react directly. They simply speak what they feel instantly. You must train your brain to think in English automatically, just like habits. Thoughts must form in English without translation, slowing you down every sentence. Second, you use textbook English instead of real English. You say lines like, I am fine. Thank you. My hobbies are reading books and listening to music. Correct? Yes. Natural? Absolutely not. Real people don't talk like textbooks. They say things like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I love reading. I'm Alex. You? If you want to sound alive, you must stop chasing perfection and start chasing authenticity. Stop trying to sound like a grammar book. Third, you speak too carefully and slowly. You fear mistakes. You release one word at a time. The listener quickly loses patience and interest. But conversation is not an exam. It's fast, casual, and imperfect. Even native speakers trip, correct themselves, and keep going without shame. You don't need slow speech to be correct. You need confident flow to be understood. Confidence matters more than robotic accuracy in real conversation. Fourth, you don't practice the way people actually talk. You write essays, memorize grammar, and listen to slow recordings. But real life isn't neat. People interrupt, switch topics, use fillers like, you know. Anyway, to sound real, you must copy, shadow, and embrace messy conversations. Real English is chaotic, but alive, and you must practice in that same chaos. Because order belongs to textbooks, while life belongs to voices. Fifth, you chase perfection instead of communication. You wait for the flawless sentence, but while you wait, natives already express themselves, mistakes included. Fluency isn't perfection, it's communication. Children speak with broken grammar but still connect. Why? Because they don't fear mistakes. They just speak. You need that same fearless freedom. Your voice doesn't sound natural because you were trained wrongly, but now you know the truth. From today, you can start again, the right way, the way real people actually talk. Once you do, everything will shift. Everything will finally flow. Part 2. How people actually talk in English. Here's the truth nobody ever told you. There are 2 Englishes in this world. One is the English of classrooms, books, and apps. The other is the English of streets, homes, offices, shows, podcasts, and conversations. The painful problem is this. These 2 Englishes are almost opposite. What you studied and what people say are rarely the same. Example, in school, you learned, "What time is it now?" Real life? "Hey, you got the time?" Which one do you hear more often? In class, "Could you please help me?" Real life, "Hey, can you give me a hand?" One is formal, stiff, the other is alive. In textbooks, "I am very tired today." In real speech, "I'm dead today." Do you see how different these 2 worlds actually are? Or making a suggestion, "Shall we go for lunch?" versus "Wanna grab lunch?" Saying, "You don't know? I do not know," versus "No idea." One is robotic, long, polite. The other is fast, casual, and natural. Guess which one the world truly uses daily? If you want fluency, you must shift into column 2. You must unlock the patterns of real speech and practice them until they're automatic. And now, I'll guide you step by step into the hidden world of real spoken English. We'll break it down piece by piece together. Situation in class. You say, "I am going to the library to study." Real world. Heading to the library. Need to get some work done. In textbooks. People introduce themselves with long sentences. "My name is Daniel. I come from Spain. My hobby is football." Real people say, "I'm Daniel, from Madrid. Love soccer." Do you notice the pattern? Classroom English is polite, slow, and correct. Real English is short, quick, alive, and full of shortcuts. If you want fluency, you must unlock this second column. The English people actually use when they live, work, laugh, argue, and dream. Let's break down the secret tools. Real conversations depend on, once you see them, you can copy them, practice them, and finally sound natural. First, contractions and merging in real life. Nobody says, "I am going to meet her after I have finished my dinner." It's too heavy. Instead, they say, "I'm gonna meet her after I've finished dinner." Notice how many words shrink. I'm, going to, gonna, have, I've. Here's a quick exercise. Take a sentence you know and contract it. Change, "I will finish when I have time," into "I'll finish when I've got time." Second, dropping words. People don't always use full grammar. Example, are you coming with me? Becomes simply, you coming? The meaning stays. The form shrinks. Another example, did you eat yet? Often begins, eat yet? Or, do you want to go out? Becomes, want to go out? The words vanish, but sense remains. This doesn't mean you must always drop words, but you must recognize it when listening, so you won't feel lost in real conversations. Third, connected speech. In natural English, words don't stand apart. They link like train cars. What are you doing? Turns into, what you doing? Instantly. Did you eat yet? Becomes jeet yet? Let me help you. Becomes, let me help ya. Connections make English sound quick and slippery if you're unprepared. Practice hearing and copying these blends. Record yourself. Compare to a native clip. Adjust. Repeat. Slowly, your ear and mouth adapt to this rhythm. Fourth, filler words. Textbooks skip them, but people use them constantly. Like, actually, well, anyway. They fill silence and keep conversations flowing. Example, well, I kind of liked the movie, but honestly, it felt too long. Without fillers, it sounds robotic. With them, it feels human. You don't need to overuse fillers, but you must understand them because they give rhythm, hesitation, and emotion to everyday conversations. Fifth, sentence fragments and reactions. Real talk rarely uses polished grammar. If someone says, "Did you see the news?" you won't answer, "Yes, I did see the news." Instead, you say, "Yeah," or "unbelievable," or "no way." These small pieces carry emotion and energy. Wow, really? That's crazy. Exactly. Totally. These fragments are powerful. They build connection. They show you're alive in the conversation. Practice using them, because that's how people really speak. Sixth, intonation and emotion. Words are not enough. Tone changes everything. Compare yeah versus yeah versus yeah. Same word, 3 meanings, 3 emotions. English lives in its music, not just its letters. Pay attention to rises, falls, excitement, boredom, surprise. Fluency means emotion, not monotone recitation. Seventh, rhythm and speed. People don't sound fast because they speak more words. They sound fast because they cut sounds and glide smoothly. Example, did you eat yet? Jeet yet? You are going to miss it. You're gonna miss it. It's rhythm that makes English sound alive. Try grouping words into chunks. Say, I'm heading to the store real quick. Instead of word by word, flow in groups. This is how English sings. Now you see the truth. Real English is contractions, dropping, connecting, fillers, fragments, intonation, rhythm, not perfection, but flow, not rules, but patterns. And here's the good news. You can train every one of these elements, step by step, piece by piece, until they feel automatic in your speech. Let's move into practice. Part 3. How to learn and practice real spoken English step by step. So fluency becomes your natural voice, not just theory. Step 1. Change your goal. Stop learning English. Start living English. This shift is the foundation of everything. Without it, you remain trapped. Most people proudly say, I'm learning English. But English is not history, not math, not geography. You don't just memorize facts and pass tests. English is a living language. It's the language of love, work, arguments, jokes, dreams, family, movies, songs, and emotions. It's alive, not a subject. If you treat English like a subject, you'll always feel like a student. If you treat English like life, you'll grow like a native speaker. So how do you live in English? You surround yourself with it. You breathe it daily. You turn every activity into practice, not just study time. Cooking? Say ingredients aloud. Onion, garlic, tomato. Walking outside? Describe the weather. Cloudy sky, warm breeze, crowded street. Planning tomorrow? Think about it in English. You no longer wait for a study session. You live inside English every minute. This shift makes fluency natural instead of forced. Let's compare two learners. Person A studies 1 hour nightly, memorizes 10 words, completes exercises, then closes the book. Returning to their native life. Person B studies only 20 minutes, but lives English all day. Self-talk, mirror talk, repeating sentences, listening actively, thinking in English continuously. Who becomes fluent faster? Always person B. Because fluency is not about hours studied, but the environment your brain lives in every day. Your brain adapts to whatever language surrounds it. If you live in English, even inside your head, you become fluent naturally. That's the secret shift. Step 2, build a daily speaking system. Even if you're completely alone, systems beat motivation. Motivation fades. Systems keep you consistent every day. Think about fitness. If you train only when motivated, nothing changes. But with a daily routine, your body grows stronger automatically over time. The same with English. Your mouth and brain are muscles. You need daily exercise. Without a system, you rely on mood. With a system, you grow. Here's a simple system. Speak to yourself out loud for 10 minutes. Mirror practice for 5 minutes. Shadow native audio for 15 minutes. That's only 30 minutes a day. But done daily, it transforms your English. Not someday, not next year. Daily consistency builds unstoppable fluency. Self-talk. Narrate what you're doing. I'm making coffee. I need to finish this project. I feel nervous about tomorrow. Speak it aloud, not silently. Mirror practice. Look at yourself. Pretend you're speaking to someone else. Express your story. Goals, worries, plans. Build pressure. Build confidence. Build fluency. Shadowing. Choose a 1-minute clip. Play 10 seconds. Pause. Repeat exactly. Copy tone, rhythm, emotion. Don't just mimic words, mimic the music of English. Follow this 30-minute workout daily. Treat it like gym for your voice. Within weeks, your fluency feels different, more natural, more automatic. Many learners say, I have no partner to practice with. That excuse ends today. You don't need someone else. Your own voice is enough. Your mirror can be your partner. Your phone recorder can be your partner. Even your imagination can be your partner. Silence is the real enemy. If you speak daily, even to yourself, you grow. If you wait for others, you remain silent forever. Don't wait. Speak now. Speak every day. Step 3. Train your brain to think in English, not translate. Translation is the heaviest chain holding back your fluency. Break it completely today. Why is translation so dangerous? First, it slows you down. By the time you build your English sentence, the conversation already moved forward. Second, it creates errors. Word order differs across languages. Translating makes you shuffle pieces clumsily instead of speaking naturally. It destroys flow. Third, it builds anxiety. You keep checking. Is this correct? Did I choose the right word? That hesitation freezes your tongue before every sentence. Fourth, it keeps English separate from your real life. As long as you translate, English stays foreign, never natural. Your brain never owns it. So how do you train your brain to think directly in English? By creating habits. Let's explore simple but powerful methods you can use daily. Method 1. Name everything, wherever you are. Label objects in English: chair, door, cup, sky, tree, shoes, book. Then add small sentences. The chair feels heavy. The street is noisy. The coffee smells strong. This creates instant links between your brain and English words, without translation blocking the process. Method 2. Mental movies. Imagine a scene in your head, then describe it in English. Example: you walk home. Say, I'm walking slowly. The street is quiet. I see a cat on the fence. A child is playing ball. I feel tired but peaceful. This builds your inner English voice. Method 3. Emotional reactions. Connect feelings directly with English. Happy? Say, this is amazing. Angry? Say, this is frustrating. Excited? Say, I can't wait. Sad? Say, I feel down today. By reacting in English, you link emotions with words. That connection makes language unforgettable and alive. Method 4. 1-minute thinking drills. Every morning. Choose a topic. Think only in English for 60 seconds. My breakfast, my dream, my plan for today. At first, it feels difficult. After weeks, it becomes automatic. Soon your brain chooses English by default. That is the birth of fluency. Step 4. Train your listening like a speaker, not a student. Most learners listen only for meaning, but speakers listen for meaning and patterns. Meaning gives understanding. Patterns give fluency. Without patterns, you can't copy rhythm, stress, speed. You miss the real music of English conversations. Think about babies. They don't read grammar books. They don't memorize vocabulary lists. They listen to sounds, rhythms, emotions for months before speaking. Then suddenly words flow out naturally. Why? Because their brains learn the patterns. You must return to that baby mode of deep listening. Here's how. Choose a 1-minute audio. First, listen for meaning. Second, listen for speed and pronunciation. Third, listen for stress and intonation. Fourth, repeat after it. This active listening transforms your ears and your mouth together. Passive listening doesn't. Hearing without repeating is wasted time. You must echo the sound. Practice shadow listening. The moment the speaker says, "What are you doing later?" you immediately repeat, "What are you doing later?" like an echo chasing sound. This builds coordination between ears and tongue. You're not just understanding, you're training your mouth to move like theirs. That's how rhythm enters your body. Expose yourself to many voices: American, British, Australian, African, Asian, also non-native fluent speakers. Because fluency is about flexibility, not one perfect accent. Break sentences into music. For example, I don't know. Listen. I don't know. Did you eat yet? Listen. Jeet yet? Rhythm lives in shortcuts. Learn them. Remember, listening is not for exams. It's fuel for your next sentence. Every time you listen carefully, you collect energy for speaking power. Step 5. Use real English, not textbook English. This is one of the greatest secrets. Real English makes you fluent. Textbook English keeps you trapped. In class, you read, "How do you do? I am fine, thank you. Would you like to accompany me to the cinema this evening?" In life, people say, "Hey, what's up? I'm good. Want to see a movie tonight?" Which version do you hear more often in conversations around you? If you only study textbook English, 3 problems appear. 1. You understand little when people talk casually. 2. You sound robotic. 3. You feel disconnected. So where do you find real English? Vlogs and YouTube. Watch daily life videos, not just lectures. Listen to how creators speak directly to the camera. Movies and TV shows, light dramas, comedies, reality shows. Watch with subtitles first, then without, then repeat sentences aloud. Copy not just words, but tone. podcasts, and interviews. Here, people speak freely, not scripted. You hear pauses, laughter, slang, hesitation. That's gold for building real fluency. Collect those chunks, even daily conversations around you. At a cafe, listen to how someone orders coffee. On the bus, listen to how friends joke and argue casually. Learn from real speech, not dictionaries. Write chunks, not single words. Instead of writing, convince. Write, I tried to convince him, but he refused. Repeat aloud. Speak each new phrase 5 times. Then use it immediately in your own life. Don't just collect. Spend words like to tools. Fluency means active usage. It's not about knowing 10,000 words. It's about using hundreds naturally. Real English is living, breathing, spoken. Train with it daily. Step 6. Track your progress and build unstoppable momentum. Fluency doesn't grow in one day. It grows slowly, piece by piece, step by step. Because growth is slow, many learners quit. They feel stuck. They feel lost. They believe nothing is changing, so they stop trying altogether. The secret to never giving up is tracking. When you measure progress, you see proof. Proof gives motivation. Motivation creates consistency. Consistency builds fluency. Think of the gym. If you lift without tracking, you don't know if you improve. You repeat randomly. After weeks, you feel nothing changes. But if you note weights and distance, you see numbers rising. That proof excites you. Suddenly, training feels purposeful. That same principle applies to English. Without tracking, you feel wastikin. With tracking, you feel unstoppable because even small progress becomes visible. And once visible, it fuels your motivation further. How to track. First, keep a daily speaking journal. Record yourself for 2 minutes every day. Save each recording. After a month, compare day 1 and day 30. You'll hear the difference. More fluency, less hesitation, stronger rhythm. That proof is priceless. It keeps you practicing when motivation feels weak. Second, keep a progress notebook. Write 1 line daily. A new phrase you used, a mistake you noticed, a sentence you said more naturally than yesterday. Third, reflect weekly. Ask yourself, did I speak more than last week? Did I use at least 3 new expressions? Do I feel braver speaking now? Even small yes answers matter. They prove growth. Growth builds momentum. Momentum pulls you forward. At first, you push yourself. Later, practice pulls you automatically. Fluency stops being a burden. It becomes a reward. Once you see change, even tiny change, you don't want to stop. You crave more growth. That is momentum. Momentum is the secret fuel. It turns English from something you force into something that flows naturally, like a river gaining speed. Now let's move into part 4. What you must change step by step. These changes aren't about words. They're about your mindset, your belief, your identity. Step 1. Stop saying, my English is bad. Change how you see yourself first. Before your mouth changes, your mind must change. Identity leads ability. Every time you say, I'm bad at English, I can't speak, I'm too old, people will laugh, I always forget. You program failure. You send commands to your brain. Stay small. Stay afraid. Don't risk. Don't try. And your brain obeys. Your voice stays silent. Your confidence collapses. But here's the truth. Your English isn't bad. Your brain isn't weak. Your mouth isn't broken. What's broken is the belief system forced into you. Most learners were never told this. Belief controls progress more than grammar, vocabulary, or accent. Your story about yourself shapes your fluency. You can memorize 10,000 words. You can study grammar for 10 years. But if you believe, I'm not good enough, you'll never speak confidently. So change your story. From today, stop calling yourself a learner. Stop saying beginner. Start calling yourself a communicator, explorer, speaker, English user. Even if your English feels basic, your mindset must be fluent. Say, I'm improving every day. I speak better than last month. Mistakes grow me. Two learners, same level. Person A says, I know little English. I'm bad. I'm nervous. Person B says, I'm improving. I speak without fear. Who will be fluent faster? Person B. Confidence plus belief builds momentum, and momentum beats perfection every single time. Belief is your first victory. Each morning, stand before a mirror, say out loud, I'm an English speaker. I'm growing daily. Mistakes help me. Fluency is my future. Your belief becomes your behavior. Your behavior becomes fluency. If you see yourself as broken, you'll never speak with power. See yourself growing, and you'll rise. Step 2. Stop learning English like a school subject. Start learning it like a living language. This change frees you from years of frustration. In school, you memorized vocabulary lists, filled blanks, wrote essays nobody read, feared mistakes, chased grades, and ignored real conversation. That training trapped you. Nobody outside school cares if your past perfect tense is flawless. People care if they understand you. They care if you're real, confident, expressive. Break those school habits. Build new ones. Stop memorizing 50 words weekly. Start using 10 words in real sentences daily. Usage builds ownership. Stop studying grammar for hours. Start listening to conversations and repeating them aloud. Stop fearing mistakes. Start learning from them by speaking more often. Stop waiting for teachers. Become your own coach. Use mirrors. Use recorders. Use role play. You don't need permission to practice. You need consistency. Stop writing essays. Start recording voice notes. Stop silent reading. Start reading aloud. Train tone, flow, emotion. Stop chasing perfection. Start chasing expression. Shift every study habit into a speaking habit. Example, instead of writing, "What did you do last weekend?" answer aloud, "I went hiking with friends." These changes sound small, but they're massive. They rebuild your training system around fluency, not perfection, around usage, not storage, around voice, not paper. You weren't born to study English forever. You were born to use it to connect, to express, to share your story. Remember that truth always. Step 3. Remove fear of mistakes. Mistakes aren't failure. Mistakes are the path. Every confident speaker you admire has made thousands of mistakes already. When you make a mistake, your brain notices, corrects, and strengthens memory. This is error-based learning. It's how children master languages faster than adults. Children say good instead of went. Nobody laughs. They try again. They speak fearlessly, and soon, they master grammar without even realizing how. You must return to that fearless spirit from today. Say, every mistake proves I'm speaking. No mistakes means no growth. Embrace imperfection. Simple exercise. Record yourself speaking 3 minutes non-stop. Don't edit. Don't pause. Don't delete. Listen afterward. Then redo the topic with more flow. This exercise kills fear. You stop hiding mistakes. You start using them as fuel. Confidence grows. Fluency rises. Mistakes become allies, not enemies. Step 4. Stop collecting words. Start using them in real life. Vocabulary without usage is dead weight. Fluency comes from words alive on your tongue. Ask yourself, what's the point of knowing 10,000 words if you can't build one natural sentence when speaking? Storage without usage equals zero progress. Many learners highlight words like sustainability, inevitable, nevertheless. But when speaking, they freeze. I know the word, but I can't say it now. That happens because the word sits locked in memory. You never pulled it into your mouth. English isn't data. English is tools. Use them. Here's how. Whenever you learn a word, immediately use it in 3 real sentences. Example, word grateful. Say, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my teacher. I'm grateful I found this video. Now the word belongs to your voice, not just your notebook. Another example, word effortless. Instead of memorizing its definition, speak. This task feels effortless. Her singing sounds effortless. Waking up early became effortless after practice. This method activates words. Active vocabulary makes you fluent. Passive vocabulary leaves you silent. Fluency equals using what you know without hesitation or fear. Always learn in context, not isolation. Don't just write, expand, make bigger. Instead, they want to expand their shop. The company expanded abroad. Context makes memory sticky. Context builds fluency. Collect phrases, not single words. People don't speak in isolated terms. They speak in ready-made expressions and chunks. Remember, fluency is not about sounding smart. It's about being understood. And being understood comes from using words boldly, not hiding them in notebooks. Part 4. The secret language of fluent speakers, speech chunks, daily expressions, and natural patterns you must master to sound alive in conversations. Speech chunks are groups of words native speakers use automatically as one unit. Example, you know what I mean. To be honest, at the end of the day, they're not single words like go or want. They're ready-made building blocks. Learn them, and you stop building every sentence from scratch painfully. Example, instead of thinking piece by piece, I want to go to the market later. Say smoothly, I was thinking of heading to the market later. Same meaning, but it flows. Why? Because fluent people use memorized patterns, not heavy construction. You need to collect and practice these chunks daily. Let's learn powerful expressions by category. Category 1, starting a conversation. Use, hey, what's going on? So, how's everything? Long time no see. Category 2, giving opinions. Use, honestly, I think, it seems like, from what I've seen. Example, honestly, I think she deserves credit for her effort. Category 3, reacting naturally. Instead of long answers, use fragments. Seriously? No way? That's awesome. I didn't expect that. Example, friend says, I got promoted. You answer, that's awesome. Good for you. This is how people connect. Quick, emotional, natural, not robotic, not overprepared, just alive and responsive. Category 4, expressing uncertainty. Use, I guess so. Could be. Not really sure. Let me think. Example, do you think he'll join? Could be, not sure. Category 5, changing topics. Instead of awkward jumps, use, anyway. By the way, speaking of that, example, by the way, did you see the game? Category 6, ending conversations. Fluent exits include, all right, I gotta run. I'll catch you later. It was great talking. Let's talk soon. Category 7, casual emotion phrases. Examples. I'm so done with this. It was totally worth it. That blew my mind. Not really my thing. These categories cover most conversations. Learn them, repeat them, own them. Soon you'll speak with rhythm and speed, sounding fluent even before perfection arrives. How to practice. Choose 3 phrases daily. Speak each 10 times aloud. Use them in mirror talk, Drop them naturally into your journal or voice notes. Watch videos, interviews, vlogs. Write down chunks you hear. Repeat aloud 5 times. Then role play. Create fake conversations with yourself using those phrases. Example role play. Hey, what's going on? Not much, just busy. Anyway, did you check that email? Yeah, I did. That blew my mind. This practice builds fluency faster than memorizing grammar because you're training your tongue to produce real expressions, not theoretical constructions. Remember, you weren't taught this in school, but this is the English that lives in homes, offices, streets, podcasts, airports, the English that actually connects. Stop chasing textbooks. Start chasing voices. Stop memorizing definitions. Start repeating speech chunks. Stop focusing on correctness. Start focusing on connection. That's fluency's real secret. Part 5. How to sound like a fluent speaker. Train your mouth, your ears, and your emotions. Speak with rhythm, stress, and power. Many learners know English. They can read, they can write. But when speaking, their voices shrink, their pronunciation weakens, their sentences sound dry, robotic. They ask, why do I still sound unnatural? The answer, you didn't train your mouth, ears, or rhythm, but you can. Starting today, fluent speakers don't just use right words. They use right sounds, right stress, right speed, right emotions. Let's explore 4 keys. Mouth training, stress, intonation, rhythm. First, mouth training. Speaking is physical. Your mouth is like an instrument, if never trained. It produces clumsy sounds. Practice builds muscle memory and fluency. Example, I should have told you earlier. Beginners say word by word. Fluent speakers blend smoothly. I should have told you earlier. The difference is in mouth training. Exercise. Record 1 sentence. Compare with native audio. Repeat 5 times exactly. Copy shape, stress, tone, train daily. Your mouth learns movement. Fluency grows. Second, stress and emphasis. Not all words carry equal weight. Some words are strong, others light. Stress changes meaning entirely, even when grammar stays correct. Sentence, I didn't say she stole the money. Stress each word differently. I didn't say, I didn't say, I didn't say. Meaning shifts every time. Stress controls clarity. Without stress, sentences sound flat. With correct stress, you sound natural, expressive. Train by copying movie clips and mimicking stress patterns daily. Third, intonation and emotion. Many learners speak in robotic monotone. Example, I went to the shop. I bought eggs. I came back. Correct, but lifeless. Add intonation. I went to the shop, grabbed some eggs, and came back. Same meaning, but alive. Intonation is voice music. It communicates feeling. Exercise. Take 1 line daily. Say it in 5 emotions. Happy, angry, surprised, tired, excited. This teaches your voice flexibility and emotional fluency. Fourth, rhythm and flow. English is music. Words group into chunks. Fluent speakers don't say, what are you going to do today? They say, what you gonna do today? It's not faster, it's smoother. Rhythm matters more than speed. Learn to group words naturally. Example, I'm heading out after lunch to buy groceries. Chunking gives flow. Flow makes fluency. Practice reading aloud in groups. Record, compare, adjust. This habit transforms your speech into natural English rhythm. Here's a simple daily routine. Pick 1 short video. Write down 1 sentence. Play it. Repeat 5 times. Record yourself. Compare, adjust, improve. Add mirror practice for pressure. Add shadowing for rhythm. Add self-talk for fluency. 15 minutes daily transforms your mouth, your ears, your confidence, your voice. Remember, fluency isn't about studying 10 hours. It's about practicing smart, short, daily habits that reshape your speaking muscles consistently. Without waiting for motivation, now you've reached the most powerful part, the truth about English fluency. You don't need a perfect accent. You don't need thousands of fancy words. You don't need expensive teachers or endless grammar drills. You need courage, rhythm, consistency, and connection. Fluency grows when you live English, not study it. You don't have to wait for confidence. You create confidence by speaking daily. You don't have to chase perfection. Chase connection, courage, consistency instead. You don't need fluency overnight. You need fluency today. One step, one sentence, one practice. Every small act of speaking builds your fluent future. From today, English is not something separate. English is not homework. It is not punishment. English is life, voice, growth, and connection to the world. Make it part of cooking, walking, texting, dreaming, singing. Make English your atmosphere. Once you live in it, fluency stops being a goal. It becomes reality. Because when you speak without fear, without apology, without translation, that's when people listen. That's when English finally feels like home in your mouth. Part 6. Practical Transformation. Let's map the mindset changes step by step. These changes move fluency from dream to destiny. Start them today, not someday. Step 1. Identity shift. Stop labeling yourself student. Start calling yourself speaker. Words matter. If you believe you're a speaker, your mouth will follow. Step 2. Treat English as life, not subject. Use it daily, not only in lessons. Narrate, react, plan, joke, argue, all in English. Live it. Step 3. Mistake mindset. Redefine errors as proof of growth. Every stumble is evidence you spoke. Every correction strengthens memory. Mistakes are teachers, not enemies. Step 4. Vocabulary activation. Stop hoarding, start spending. Learn chunks, not single words. Speak them aloud. Use them quickly. Ownership comes from usage, not storage. Step 5. Listening shift. Listen like a speaker. Copy rhythms, stress, emotion. Don't just understand. Echo, shadow, mimic. Listening isn't passive. It's rehearsal for speaking. Step 6. Build your system. Speak daily. Journal. Record. Shadow. Mirror. Short. Consistent practice is stronger than long. Random bursts. Systems create momentum. Step 7. Track growth. Record weekly. Reflect honestly. Celebrate small wins. Proof builds belief. Belief fuels consistency. Consistency creates fluency. That cycle is unstoppable. These steps are not theory. They are practice. Follow them and fluency becomes inevitable. Ignore them and fluency remains a dream. The choice is yours. Now let's dive deeper into the power of belief. Your story about yourself can accelerate or destroy fluency. Rewrite that story starting right now. If you say, "I'm bad, I can't, I'm too old," people laugh, you shrink. Your mouth stays closed. Your potential stays trapped. But if you say, "I'm improving, I'm braver, mistakes grow me, I'm a communicator," you expand. Your voice rises. Your fluency strengthens every single day. Identity creates destiny. Speak new truths aloud daily. Program your brain for confidence. Soon, your mouth will follow the story you repeat inside. Let's try a morning ritual. Stand tall. Look in the mirror. Say, "I am an English speaker. I am growing stronger every day." Say, "Fluency is my future. Mistakes are my practice. My voice matters. My words connect. English lives in me. Repeat until you feel it. Belief builds courage. Courage builds practice. Practice builds fluency. Fluency builds freedom. That chain reaction begins when you rewrite the story you tell yourself. Now, let's revisit school habits that must die. Silent reading, replace with reading aloud. Grammar drills, replace with real conversation practice. Word lists, replace with chunks. Essays nobody reads, replace with voice notes you record and replay. Waiting for teacher approval, replace with self-coaching. The classroom is gone. The world is here. Remember, nobody outside class cares about grades. They care about connection. They care about your confidence. They care about your ability to share ideas. So stop chasing correctness on paper. Start chasing clarity in voice. Stop chasing approval. Start chasing authenticity. Stop memorizing. Start communicating. That is freedom. Fear of mistakes will still whisper, but you must kill that fear with action. Speak anyway. Speak boldly. Speak broken if needed. Just speak. Broken sentences still connect. Silence never does. Children prove it daily. They speak half sentences fearlessly and grow faster than adults hiding behind silence. So be childlike, fearless, curious, imperfect, but alive in English. That mindset alone doubles your fluency speed. Mistakes become milestones, not roadblocks. Practical exercise. Open your phone recorder. Speak non-stop for 3 minutes about yesterday. Don't stop. Don't edit. Don't worry. Just pour words out freely. Then listen. Notice pauses. Notice errors. Redo the same topic smoother. Daily repetition kills fear. Soon, mistakes feel normal. Confidence replaces hesitation. Congratulations, you're transforming. Not through theory, but practice. Not through memorization, but usage. Not through fear, but courage. This is real fluency in motion. Now let's move into vocabulary activation with real power. Stop learning isolated words. Start collecting living expressions that people use daily in conversations. Instead of writing priority, excuse important, write the chunk. It's not my top priority right now. Instead of convince, write, I tried to convince her. Why? Because people speak in chunks, not dictionaries. Chunks save you from translation. Chunks make speech smoother. Chunks give you ready-made sentences instantly. Practice method. Every time you hear a new phrase, write it. Repeat it 5 times aloud. Then use it once the same day. Ownership requires action. Example, phrase. That makes sense. Use it immediately. Your explanation makes sense. This plan makes sense. It makes sense to try again. Now it's yours. Example, phrase, I can't wait. Use it everywhere. I can't wait for dinner. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait for tomorrow. Fluency grows by turning strangers into friends. Words must move from notebook to mouth. If they stay locked on paper, they never become part of you. Now let's explore how fluent speakers survive in conversations. They don't chase perfection. They chase flow. They don't chase grammar. They chase connection. Watch fluent people argue. They interrupt. They restart. They use fillers. But conversation flows. No one cares about missing articles or unfinished grammar. Communication wins. So copy that survival skill. When you forget a word, don't stop. Replace it with a simpler word. Use body language. Keep speaking. Don't freeze. Example, can't remember umbrella? Say, rain thing. People understand. You communicated. That's fluency. That's freedom. Silence is failure. Broken words still connect. Now let's enter part 5. The secret patterns of fluent voices. Stress, rhythm, intonation, and flow. the music behind the words that makes speech powerful. We explored stress earlier. Let's go deeper. English is a stress-timed language. Some words punch, others fade. Without stress, your sentences sound flat and lifeless. Example, I didn't say she broke the vase. Stress I, meaning someone else did. Stress say, meaning I implied it. Stress broke, meaning maybe damaged. Stress transforms meaning without changing grammar. Train stress daily. Watch one clip. Repeat sentence focusing on strong words. Match pitch, volume, rhythm. Feel the difference. Next, intonation. This is emotional direction of your voice. Rising tone can mean question, surprise, excitement. Falling tone can mean certainty, ending, sadness. Say, really? With rising tone, you feel surprised. Say, really? With falling tone, sounds doubtful. Same word, different life. Intonation carries emotion beyond grammar. Exercise. Take one phrase daily. Speak it in 5 tones. Happy, sad, surprised, angry, tired. Train flexibility. Fluency equals emotional variety, not robotic sameness. Now rhythm. Fluent English moves in chunks, not syllables. Speakers group words naturally. I'm gonna head out after lunch to grab coffee. Compare word by word. I am going to head out after lunch to grab coffee. It feels heavy. Chunks flow smoother. Rhythm makes you sound alive. Practice reading aloud. Break sentences into 3 or 4 groups. Add small pauses. Match native rhythm. Soon your English sounds natural, even at slow speed. Finally, flow. Flow means not stopping for perfection. It means trusting rhythm, even if grammar slips. Flow keeps conversation alive. Flow beats correctness every time. Practical daily routine. Choose one video. Copy one line. Train mouth, stress, intonation, rhythm. Repeat until it feels natural. Then add it to your journal. Soon, your collection of lines becomes your fluency arsenal. Not just words, but sentences, sounds, music. That's how fluency is built, one chunk at a time. Now, let's explore mindset upgrades again. Many learners think, I'll speak when I'm ready. Truth, you'll only be ready once you speak. Reverse the order. Speak first. Readiness comes later. Just like swimming, you don't wait to feel ready. You jump into water, splash, fail, learn, then your body adapts. Same with English. Stop waiting, start speaking broken. Every broken sentence is water training. Every word is a stroke. Soon you swim fluently. Practical mantra. I don't need perfect English. I need brave English. Repeat that daily. It kills hesitation. It fuels action. Brave English becomes fluent English. Now, let's practice advanced activation. Role play. Play 2 characters. Record both voices. Ask questions. Answer naturally. Switch topics. Interrupt yourself. Simulate real conversations alone. Example. Voice 1. Hey, what are you doing later? Voice 2. Not sure. Maybe catching a movie. You? Voice 1. Nice. Want to grab food first? Role play teaches rhythm. Interruption. Flow. It feels silly, but it's powerful. Many fluent learners built confidence this way, practicing conversations before they had partners. Now step into listening mastery. Stop treating audio as background. Treat it as training. Don't just understand meaning. Copy pronunciation. Fillers, hesitation, rhythm. Example, listen to a podcast. Speaker says, well, I mean, it's kind of tricky. Don't skip. Repeat it. Feel the hesitation. Copy the tone. That's real English. Not polished, but authentic. Fluency grows when you can mirror those imperfections naturally. That's when you truly blend into conversation flow. Listening isn't just ears. It's full body, mouth, voice, rhythm. Repeat what you hear, mimic tone, shadow sound. That's how listening builds speaking. Finally, let's discuss courage. Fluency is not talent. Fluency is courage plus practice. Every word you speak bravely builds strength. Every silence builds fear. So choose courage. Speak broken. Speak messy. Speak anyway. Mistakes don't kill fluency. Silence does. Open your mouth daily. That is the path forward. You've come this far. Now let's bring everything together into one final truth. Fluency is not knowledge. Fluency is action repeated daily with courage. You don't need permission from teachers. You don't need another certificate. You don't need a perfect environment. You need consistency, self-belief, and practice. Every time you open your mouth, you grow. Every time you hesitate, you shrink. Growth and fear are choices. Choose growth. Choose speaking. Choose fluency. Remember the 7 pillars? Identity, life, not subject, fearless mistakes, active vocabulary, listening like a speaker, daily systems, and visible progress. These pillars never fail. If you build them, fluency becomes automatic. If you ignore them, fluency remains a dream. Your success depends not on talent, but on habits. So stop asking, how long will fluency take? Start asking, how many times will I practice today? Effort decides speed. Courage decides destiny. Practical closing routine. Each night, review your day. Ask, did I speak English today? Did I practice at least 10 minutes? Did I try something new? Write your answer. If yes. Celebrate. If no. Promise tomorrow. This ritual keeps momentum alive. Small wins stack. Small wins become unstoppable growth. Now, imagine your future self. Confident, fluent, expressive, joking with friends, negotiating at work, traveling freely, sharing your heart. That future self is waiting for you. Every practice today is a bridge to that person. Every sentence spoken, every mistake embraced, every chunk learned carries you closer. The bridge builds daily. Don't wait for the perfect day. It will never come. The only perfect day is today. Speak now. Practice now. Begin now. Because English is not punishment. It is opportunity. It is freedom. It is the key to doors you never imagined. Friends, careers, experiences, dreams. So make a vow right now. No more silence. No more fear. No more waiting. From today, I live in English. I speak boldly. Say it aloud. I am an English speaker. My voice matters. My words connect. I grow daily. Fluency is my destiny. Repeat until true. This journey won't always feel easy. Some days you'll struggle. Some days you'll doubt. But consistency will carry you through. Small steps win the marathon. Never forget, even native speakers make mistakes daily. They restart, stumble, laugh, correct, and continue. If they can, so can you. Fluency doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. Persistence builds rhythm. Rhythm builds confidence. Confidence builds fluency. That chain reaction is unstoppable if you keep walking one step daily. Let's end with clarity. Fluency is not magic. It's not luck. It's not gift. Fluency is proof of daily practice plus fearless identity shift. So breathe deeply. Open your notebook. Open your voice. Start living inside English. Start practicing the real way. Start speaking broken. Messy, but alive. Because one day soon, you'll wake up, speak naturally, and realize fluency arrived quietly while you practiced bravely. That moment will change your life forever. And you'll remember this truth. You didn't learn English. You lived it. You became it. That's the real secret teachers never told you before. Now it's your time. Go live English. Go speak without fear. Go build your fluency sentence by sentence, day by day, until your voice shines.